In fourth place, from Tinley Park High School, Jade Cross. In third place, from York, Andrea Alcaraz. Your tournament runner-up in special occasion speaking is Carla Fonseca from Wheaton North. And your state champion from Nequa Valley, Anurag Ghosh.
Do I look fine? Everything good? How does a bastard, orphan, son of a whore, and that is why our production of Hamilton, the high school musical, was canceled. Our local Moms for Liberty group heard the first 10 seconds, complained on Yahoo, that our school board shut down this show due to inappropriate language. And the worst part is that we're not alone. On May 2nd of 2023, the Washington Post even called high school plays and musicals the culture war's latest casualty. First they took away my bathrooms, now this is personal. And that is why I, Anurag Ghosh, the student director of this show and Moms for Liberty's worst nightmare, need to talk to this cast. Because it is vital we discuss why this is happening, the effects of it on all of us, and how we can solve this stage censorship problem before the curtains close on all of us for good. We are not the first cast to deal with this. On April 16th of 2022, the Philadelphia Inquirer reported that administrators said no to a high school version of the musical Rent because it depicted same-sex relationships, discussed AIDS, and taught kids that you can make a living as a musician. That is really unfair to those students and the band director. Stories like this are why we need to discuss the two root causes of stage censorship. Theater tackles tough topics, and actors like us are now caught up in the broader culture war. Theater has always been a place where our nation's flaws are reflected and challenged, except for the musical Cats. That's our nation's biggest flaw. But that is the power of good theater. Not Cats, good theater. And unlike history classes, students exposed to plays and musicals wanted to learn more about history, according to the American Educational Research Association. That is why our haters paid it. Just last September, The Atlantic reported that Moms for Liberty treats comprehensive American history and teaching empathy as woke. And nothing wakes people up like dozens of teenagers singing their hearts out. And that is why our cast is their next target. The same people who tried banning books are now going after Broadway, making us a part of a larger culture trend. I always knew I was a trendsetter. But those people are effective. In June of 2023, a survey from the Educational Theater Association found that 67% of high school directors said that censorship concerns were influencing which shows they selected. They feared losing their funding, as if we have funding. But not every play or musical is an endorsement of the material. If shows with gay characters could turn kids gay, then I would have a prom date by now. Still taking applications. The same conservatives who want to erase the past don't want us to portray the present because they fear the future. This cast needs to push back now because it won't stop with us. The Washington Post on May 23rd of 2022 reported that anti-drag show bills in 15 states could criminalize cross-dressing in school plays. apparently Shakespeare's a sin. Because in his time, all the men played women. They were drag queens ahead of their time. This rejection of role-playing shows us that censoring theater can lead to two dangerous outcomes. We don't get to tell important stories, and our opponents limit what students learn. Theater is all about the stories we tell. Censoring certain stories means removing a spotlight from people who are rarely seen and heard. Like me. And that should never happen because look at me. But as the Playbill reported last February, a school board in Lansing, Kansas banned the teaching of the Play the Laramie Project, which is about the victim of an anti-gay hate crime, because one mom said it would make kids feel bad. Oh, yeah, Mama, that's the point. That's like complaining about the musical Mean Girls for having mean girls. And according to the New York Times last July, that actually happened! We should be putting on plays that challenge people, not shying away from them. But when we do shy away, critics win. And it hampers our own education by having what the nonprofit PEN America calls a chilling effect on what we learn and our self-expression. Kind of like my church for me. Conservative groups often say they're protecting us from mature content, but as the New Yorker's Katie Waldman wrote last March, what they're really afraid of is difference. Characters who are straight, white, cisgender are considered okay, but people like me come with warning labels. Alexander Hamilton, fine. Me playing Alexander Hamilton. The good news is that we're not throwing away our shot. After a school district in Hampshire, Illinois shut down a performance of the musical The Prom last fall because, oh no, it had lesbians. The Chicago Tribune reported last October that thousands of students, parents, and alumni pressured the district to reverse course. And it worked. Moral of the story, lesbians always win. And so can thespians, if we do two things. Use our voices to push back and rally our neighbors to help us. Recently, in Texas, a trans teen got, and then lost, the male lead in the show Oklahoma because his school district passed some anti-trans policies. That was a trans boy playing a cowboy. That's acting. Being male is not. But after his classmates rallied behind him, talking to reporters and speaking out on social media, the Dallas Morning News reported just last week that the school board voted unanimously to reinstate him. That's right, there was good news for trans people. In Texas. That is the power we have when we speak out. Oh, and also, they don't know how TikTok works, and we do, so we already have a head start. But sometimes we need help from a higher power. Adults. Just last May, a poll found that 77% of parents said that censorship in schools had gone too far. And that poll was from Fox News. So you know those angry moms were freaking out. It's not just parents either. Just last December, the nonprofit news organization The 19th reported on how a group called Grandparents for Truth were organizing against Moms for Liberty with kids. Because nothing scares angry moms like their own angry moms. Most adults don't want a vocal minority like that making decisions for them. And that is why this vocal minority won't stop fighting either. So, cast, history has its eyes on us. We can let these mamas stop our show, or we can put on another kind of showstopper. After the facts and solutions to this theater censorship, it is time for this young, scrappy, and hungry cast to rise up against the people who want to keep us in our place. Act 1 began way back when we selected Hamilton. Now, let's give them a finale they will never forget.